Okay, let's try that. You guys hear audio now? Come in, Algiers. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, you can hear me now. Hey, Glenda. Okay, I think it's been so long since I streamed that I forgot which camera to pick for my the audio choice. Silly girl. Hey, Kathy. All right, welcome again, everybody. And Xander's going to try to join us here shortly on her phone from rehab. So, hey, CB. Thanks for joining, guys. Kind of last minute, but that's my name. I'll show you a couple little things that I've gotten since the last time. Not much. And then we'll start playing with something. Hey, April. How are you? We'll start playing with something. And Xander showed you the same thing. When we were in New York to take Anna Victoria's class, we stopped at the Da Vinci store and got a Cotti notebook. I actually thought it was a pack of loose pages, but in fact, it is bound. And it is a journal, which I didn't know. So I've never tried this. It's very rough, handmade from India, I believe. If you watch Gayla, oh Lord. Screwball. If you watch Irit Landgraf, she uses this Cotti paper a lot in her journal. So I thought I'd have a go at it. So I got a little pack of that. And come on, get up there. I got this tin. I was looking on Amazon for something, and I saw this little tin. Eileen. Hello, dear. Hey, Mets. It was just too cute not to get it. Right? Little tin. And look. Hello. The bottom's kind of deep for pans, but this, I think, is just right for pans. AJ. Hi. What the hell I'll put in here? I have no idea. Z sent me a couple of these. Actually, gave them to me in New York. A couple mermaid and a galaxy brush. They won't fit in here, though. I didn't think they would. My travel brushes will fit in there for sure. But I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But it was just too cute to not grab one for, I don't know, it was just a few bucks. So I did. And I saw this sprayer. Look how cute it is. It's one of those continuous pump sprayers. Where you spray it and it like has a more continuous mist, right? You don't have to pump. And, but look at it. It's called Pretty Palette. But guess what? This is a little plastic wrapper that wraps around a plain white bottle. So you got to be careful with it. Didn't know that. But it's kind of cute. I like it. And I got a couple of these off an Etsy shop. They're called pen rests, but I'm using them as a brush rest. And they're just little, and look, they're turquoise with gold in them. Hello. How cute are they? So I got a couple of those. And I'm going to play today, I think, with some gold leaf under some transparent ground, a la Stephanie Law. Don't even compare myself to being anywhere near her caliber, but I can buy the same supplies. So I'm going to give it a go. So, and I got these two new, you know, I love my hydrocolors. And they had, Elena had two new colors that, this one's called Unicorn Dust. And the other one, yeah, chopstick holders are good too. Did you see what Cece was using? She's got a wooden, it might be about this big actually. And it's got grooves in it. I think it's to hold a bar of soap and let the water drip off the soap. But each groove holds, you know, holds her brushes like that down the, very clever people. Oh, Z's on? There she is. Yay. So Xander's going to be on her phone from the rehab for her knee. So she won't be able to keep up with chat. a whole lot, but she's going to be on her phone and there. So that's great. See, here those two, the watercolors I got from Hydrocolor when we were in New York. Remember that little shuffle to get these ordered? Oh, yeah. Cosmic Dust and Unicorn Dust. So I want to swatch these real quick. Let's see what we got here. Here's a piece of black paper. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Hey, Cam. Hey, Denise. All right, let me put a little drop of water on here. This is the Cosmic Dust. I'll send you yours. Well, at this rate, it's probably going to be Wednesday before I can. Well, that's when the post office is going to cooperate. So this is. Oh, hello, lover. Look at you. Oh, that's pretty. This is Cosmic Dust. It's a bright purple with, look at that gold shift in it. Hello, lover. Let's let that dry a little bit and see what that looks like. I'm going to put it on the back of this to try. It probably won't show up much on the white because that's the beauty of these. It shows up so different on everything. I know, right, April? It just slipped out when I saw it. These are Hydrocolor, Shauna. She's got an Etsy shop. It's HYDRA, color with a U in it. COLOUR. And she's on, you can find her on Instagram too. It's probably easier to find her on Instagram and then go into her profile and link to Etsy. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Etsy search, but I can't find myself on there unless I use my bookmark. It's something's going on stupid with that thing. You'd think they'd really want people to find their shops, their vendor shops, but look, see, you can still see the color there. I'm thinking dragonfly wings. Not that I paint dragonflies or could even paint a wing, but I'm just saying, if you do, that might be the way to go. And this one, which was that? That was Cosmic. This is Unicorn Dust. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. And these seem like they're a lot softer and lift easier than some of her other colors. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. She may be on a break, April, but she usually does a shop update every Friday. So generally speaking, her shop looks like she's on a break during the week. That's to give her a chance to get stock back up and come out with another release for the next Friday. So with the holidays, I'm not sure which way that's going, but thank you. Thanks, Janet. Look at you green girls. That's almost so shiny you can't. Oh, wow. That's got a shift in it of a blue. Hang on. Let me see if I can make it happen again. See that blue on that curve? There you go. So these are color shifting pigments. Oh, I love you. Let's see what this one does on the white. Probably not much on the white, but it's definitely there. So you can just see a little bit of that there. But if that's glazed over a darker color, you're going to get more of this kind of stuff. That's got gold, green, and a brilliant turquoisey blue in it. I don't know if you can pick up all that because some of these are really difficult. Unless you've had them in your hand and can see the colors in person, it's really hard. It's really hard to see all the colors that come up in this. I don't know why the camera doesn't pick it all up, but that one's almost so reflective that it won't. It's just bouncing back at itself. Hello, lover. All right. So I'm going to set these bad boys over here out of harm's way. Now, if you guys don't follow Stephanie Law, you should. Because she is an unbelievable watercolor artist. The stuff that she does is so detailed. And she must, what's the cost of a half a pan? Do you remember? I think these were a little more than her usual. I think her usual half pans are $5.99, and they're not. They're like a half pan and a quarter because they're mounded up. They're not. She does not short you on. She does not short you on a full pan. What's the aqua colored streak called? Oh, that's my Pacific Lagoon. It's a creamer pigment that I really like and make watercolor out of it. They don't sell it in pans, but they sell the loose pigment. And that's what this shifts purple to turquoise. And sometimes you can see a more bluish green in there, which turquoise is kind of bluish green, but it's different. You just can't hardly see it on and the purple doesn't show up as brilliant as it is in person. But this one's Pacific Lagoon by Creamer. This is her palette. There you go. There's Shadowscapes. That's Stephanie's. Thanks, Janet, for putting that up there. Wait a minute. Gail and CB, what are you two yakking about? This is her little ceramic palette that she designed. It holds 37 colors, right? And it has a little mixing palette with it. And comes in this tin with little felt cut already to pad it. And I have one color that keeps falling out of my, there we go, out of my pan. But that's Stephanie Law. And she's going to do another run of these. These were done like on a Kickstarter kind of thing. And she, I guess, sold out with all that first run. I ordered it back in maybe July in the summer. And Zia ordered one too, and we got them. And April, you got some too, right? We got them the very end of November, I think. Oh, there you go, Karen, a kingfisher for sure. So anyway, she does some stuff where and I've watched her do it, and I've tried to do it, and it never comes out like hers. But I'm going to try it one more time. Just one more. She takes transparent ground, which is a watercolor medium. This one's by Daniel Smith, and it's transparent. You can also find them in white, in pearlescent, and black, and gold. And basically what they're for is that I could take a glass bottle and paint it with watercolor ground and then use watercolors to paint on the ground. So you can make, hey Tam, you can make just about any surface a surface that will accept watercolor by using the watercolor ground. So what she does, and I'm going to use the same gold leaf that she uses to see if that was part of my problem using the cheaper stuff, the fake stuff. This is the real stuff. And this is where she gets it, Ellie Gold Leaf. All right. I'm not going to take it out yet because this is like whisper thin light stuff. Where are you? I know you're in there. Here we go. Okay. And basically, she just sort of uses the ground as adhesive to put this down, and it still allows you to watercolor over the foil. But you can still see the gold because it's parent. I don't like the Daniel Smith watercolor ground except for this purpose. You know what? I've never really used it for much else. I have the black. You guys see me use the black when I've wanted to get these type pigments. When I've wanted to get those to show up more when I'm painting on white paper, I'll put black ground under it and then put those over it so I get that real pop. I'm going to try out my Galaxy brush that Sandra sent me. Look how fun these are. And they're really light in your hand. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do, I don't know. What the hell? It's less talking and more slapping some watercolor ground. I'm just going to come down here somewhere and throw some ground on the paper. And then I'm going to take this. Oh gosh, this is so whisper thin. And it sticks to anything that doesn't even have adhesive on it, like my fingers. that were perfectly clean. Let me wipe this over here. And then she just kind of grinds it in there and lets it break apart. Try to get that off of me. And put a little bit more over it so it kind of seals it on there. And let's put another little hunk down this way. And it kind of just goes into nothing. It's so, most of you guys have probably messed with this stuff before. It's so fine and so light that not sneezing or anything like that, just breathing will move it. Oh, you did use it on a watercolor, on a tin that you watercolored, April? That's cool. I know, don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. So, and I don't see right now the shine that she gets out of it. I mean, that piece I can. That's a little shimmery. Shimmery-er. You know what? What the hell? Let's just go for it. I'm going to put another piece down there. Like, where does it go? I don't know. All right, let me put that in water. Tap this bad boy off. Yeah, I got to wait for it to dry. All right, let me put this away before there's a 24 karat catastrophe. It will shine once it's dry. All right. I'm going to trust you with that one. Oh, I got to warm up my hands. It's cold down here in the basement. Whew. My hands are freezing. Yeah, let me get my lovely nail. Now it won't even focus. I don't think it's really that important that you see the gold foil on my nail, but it kind of hacks me off that the camera won't focus. Oh, mercy. We'll move on. Okay. Oh, and Xander sent me these diamond dust bits. They're kind of, I guess they're mica, but they're really flashy. And Anna Victoria used these very sparingly on a card that she painted. And I mean, they really pop when they hit the light. So maybe we'll try to add some of those in. If this is a total fail, I'll put them on something else. Here's a green one. This is one of my last ones. I did this one. This April has your Payne's Gray in it. So a little creative for the new names that are on the stream. A little creative. That's April. She's got an Etsy shop of the same name where she imports and sells Renaissance Polish professional grade watercolors in pans, in sets, and in tubes. No, I didn't. See, I got to dig that out. But anyway, the Payne's Gray that's in here, actually, I think all of these might be her colors, except for the rose gold. The black is ink. But that's one of the last ones that I did before I retired for a month. Oh, that was kind of a mess. And that was, Eileen, I did that one just for you, since it's green. We'll go with that. Wasn't that nice of me? So maybe we'll do something to doctor some of these up. Let me see if I put it. Where did I put it? See, in her book? Where the hell did I put it? And better yet, where's the book? Hang on while I stare at my bookshelf, waiting for it to jump out at me. Really? I just got home with it last week. I was just down here. Was it Saturday? Must have been Saturday. Straightening up. That always does me in. Never straighten up. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm not watching the chat right at the minute because now this is kind of hacking me off that I can't put my hands on the book that I just brought home a week ago. Where are you? Oh, for Pete's sake. I think my card is stuck in the book, if I remember correctly. All right, hang on. Let me take a little whiz around my desk. I don't mean I mean, by whiz, I mean speed, not an action of whizzing. My desk. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Can you guys hear Dave hollering to Oakley? I hear, Oakley, get up here. Oh, God bless us. Well, that really hacks me off. All right, perhaps later. Meanwhile, we're killing two birds with one stone to let this dry while I am wandering aimlessly. What the hell? Where? Oh, here it is. Jeez Louise, if it was a snake, you know what would have happened. Did I see somebody saying hi to Joan? Hey, Joan. Hello. And we worked out of this book in her class. Oh, that's the envelope. Oh. I love her work. She signed them all for us. Oh, here we go. No, this is what I traced to get the pattern on my card. Where the hell's my card? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this is rough right now. I didn't get near done, but I have to go back in, finish coloring the gems, and then go back in and kind of put the lines back in it. But they're just all different colors, and each one has a little metallic in there. And I'll make do like a lunar blue in the background under everything, or leave it white. I don't know. But yeah, her book, it's a good, I really like the book too. It's illustrated a lot, and she was great fun in person. Really like her. All right, let's see. Now, this is an Arches pad block, and it still buckles. Can you guys see that buckling in there? Let me bring it down a little bit. Where's the zoom? Zoomba, zoomba, zoomba. Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. All right, that looks a little crooked. Hold on to your lunch. Let me straighten out a little bit there. Did I learn a lot in the class? Yeah, it was 4 hours and it zoomed by. I could have spent days there. But they frowned upon that because it was only a 4-hour class. But I'd love to do a retreat with her. I'd like to get her to come to Maryland one day. Actually mentioned it. Yeah, she was fun. It was nice to see her style in action, and she took time to sit with each person and work with them and guide them to kind of show them what they were doing. Take my brush out of the water. All right, so now I'm going to just try to do something abstract because I can't draw. Let's go over that again. I can't draw. Yeah, she was not opposed. She said that she would like to, talk about it at some point. And I just don't know what that cost would be. And translating that down to everybody that comes, it's probably out of the range of what we've done in the past, of course. But we'll see. So I think I zoomed in too close. Now I got to go out a little bit to get the whole piece of paper in there. All right. So I'm going to just kind of plop some watercolor in here. And let's see. You know what? This is going to be a weird combination. But these 3, 4, I'm not going to use the red. These 3 here are new. This is the Renaissance Payne's Gray. I really love that pan. And then the light, now this is Cobalt Turquoise Light from Winsor & Newton. That always looks good on, is it Watercolor Misfits? And then I get it here in person, it doesn't look the same. Something's different with her lighting, I think. And then Z sent me this. This is Hematite burnt scarlet. She sent me a few half pans of tubes that she had that I didn't have. So listen to my continuous sprayer when I pump it. I got to go halfway around on one squeeze. Oh, it's still squirting. It can be dangerous. There you go. I think people would be willing to pay. So we'll see. So I don't know what I'm doing, what I want to do here. I'm just going to do the usual, put some water down, a little bit bigger brush. And let's get some Payne's Gray. And let's plop some of that in the water. This one kind of reminds me of almost lunar blue. It granulates. And this again is off of April's site, A Little Creative on Etsy. And they're Renaissance Polish artist grade watercolors. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about, but I looked up and I see me saying have Robert spit on it. I don't even want to know what's happening. You people crazy ladies sometimes. I want to get rid of that hard line around there. And I got a little bit of a plop of water down here. Let's put something in there a little bit. Walk up that way. I never know what the hell I'm doing. I just kind of throw her down and hope for the best. And I want to get that line out of there, that hard edge. Gosh, it's been so long since I had done anything. The first time, hey Monique, welcome. The first time was Anna's class that I had done anything for like a month. It's been a little cray-cray, gotta tell you. I mean, nothing bad, just busy. And had to travel for work. Dave had to travel for work. Work itself's been a little extra crazy and a lot of activities for extra holiday stuff going on with dinners and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's try throwing some of this in. This never looks the same to me when I get a cobalt teal or whatever. Allie Brown, her camera, when she uses, is it Daniel Smith's cobalt teal or is it Sleeping Beauty? It looks like this shockingly bright, light, baby, bright neon turquoise color, but that's not what it is in person. Yes, your dog has left the Christmas tree alone so far. He has gotten into a couple ornaments that were just too tantalizing for him to resist, I think. But when you know something's wrong when he's too quiet. And I looked over. Dave he wasn't here. He must have been bowling. And Babe was laying up in the chair with me. And I looked over and I thought, where the hell is he? He's too quiet. I looked over and I see his jaw moving, laying over by the tree. And I thought, oh, I don't want to say anything too much to tick him off and get him running from me. And because some of those ornaments are glass, I didn't want him to bite it. And I said, Oakley, what you got, big boy? And he looked over at me and kind of like, uh-oh, she's on to me. And I walked over and grabbed a treat and tried to negotiate with him to trade me for the treat. He had a long, skinny glass ornament that about this long, about this wide. It's kind of like a diamond shape almost. and it was red with gold glitter raised all over it. And he was just flipping it around in his mouth, minding his own business, like nothing was wrong, nothing's going to happen. And I thought, holy crap. And then I found one today that was, it was no longer in its place. It was just kind of laying sideways on a bunch of branches that caught it. And Dave said he was in messing with one of those the other day. I don't like this already. Not a fan. Let's let a little bit of that run, maybe. I'm going to put more Payne's Gray in it. I think it needs more darkness. I'll let that run a little bit. Oh, he's a handful, I'll tell you. He's so darn cute, though. He gets away with it so far. I don't know if I'm going to use this hematite. I don't know if that's going to be the right color. Let's put a little bit. I should probably dry that first. Let's dry it first. Let's not make that mud mistake. I just always think with Oakley, it's only a matter of time. No, you like his videos. He saw shadow the other day. That was the big deal. It's so funny when he sees that. He'll jump and just like plant himself real sturdy out in the yard and then start to sneak up on the fence with his shadow. Huh. It's like, hey, squirrel bait. It's you. Here's the mess, though. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, the gold, it doesn't look like the gold look. Ah, yeah, this isn't wowing me. I don't think, I was thinking turquoise and brown are kind of cool together, but I'm thinking with all that gold, it's not really going to be that much of a punch. This sounds funny. It's got a little vibration in it. I expect it to blow up at any minute at this point. All right. Good enough. Gail, do you mean you saw her work? Or you actually saw her? I think you mean you saw her work. She's incredible. Just when you see how tiny, I mean, the pieces she's working on are enormous, as Oakley would say. But the details of every little tiny bit in there are crazy. And it looks like sometimes she goes on and she just throws some color in the background over the stuff and then goes back with a real detail brush and kind of pushes the pigment and kind of hollows out an area and pushes it thicker here so it's got a thicker shadow and almost she can make it look like roots and mosaics and, I mean, just branch veins and branches, and it's crazy the details that she comes up with. The vision of where she gets when she starts on a piece of paper to where she gets, just like, how do you do that, lady? I had to have more water. I'm really thirsty tonight for some reason. Okay. Yeah, this gold is not really it's not really wowing me on there. Huh. Hey, Willina. Welcome. All right, so what do I want to do? Do I want to go with something that'll enhance the gold or blend more with the gold? Like maybe like Aussie red gold? Or Quinceana? No. No. Or what? Aussie red gold. I don't know. What is that? That might brighten it up some. No, that's when no, April, you're right. She does do it where she raises it and she uses that, oh, it's called, it's some kind of pink gummy liquid that is, and it's a sizing, right, Shauna? And she puts it on with a dip pen and lets it dry and builds it up and then puts an adhesive on it, and then comes back with the foil and lays it right on there after it dries for like a half an hour or so. I've tried that. I guess I just don't have the touch, but I'm going to keep trying. The watered down India ink technique at the bottom of her work. You mean as the first layer, or do you mean like at the bottom of a page? I mean, her stuff is beautiful. It's just crazy details. I don't know. I'm at a loss. My brain's like stuck. As a first layer, watered down India ink. Does that go over the gold foil? I'll have to go back and look again. All right, so what do I want to do here? I wonder if we threw a little Mayan blue dark in there. I want some more dark. I might just put more black in there. Wipe back with pencil. Wipe back with... Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? I want this dark. I'm probably going to go back with more Payne's Gray and make that even darker. Let's see what this Mayan is going to look like on there. That might work. Let's put a little over here maybe. This is Daniel Smith Mayan Blue Dark, I think it's called. It's a Primatech color. Let's let that run a little bit. Hey, Jody. I'm glad to see me back, too. It's been crazy schedule. Everything's all good, but it's just been a little crazy. Oh, Anna, hi from Sweden. Oh, give him a little pat on the head for me, Pappy. I'm going to make this bleed out a little bit more. I don't want that to have a hard line there. I'm going to add more. I'm going to get more of this Payne's Gray in here. Can never have enough of this stuff. Mama like it. I'm going to wet that a little bit more in that area, though. This is just another layer of Payne's Gray. This, again, is the Renaissance Payne's Gray. In the pan, the tube is a little bit different shade. Oh, thanks, Anna. This round one, that's a Robax, R-O-B-A-X, Robax Engineering. He makes those. I like that darkness of that. I wonder if I can make it go this way. All right. That was mine. Let me go back with a little more of this cobalt turquoise. This is a more opaque color. I don't know what that's going to do when that mixes there with that wet edge. But I want to get it a little more blendy right there for some reason. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Hey, gun. Thanks, people. Oh, Gayla, you have to post pictures of that. Those were incredible that I saw in person. When you put that, the symbols, I forget what it's called, but when you do those symbols and stuff on there, that's so much to my eye because it reminds me of the pictograph kind of thing, right? It's there, but you don't know what it says or means. Kind of alien-like, which is what I think of when I think of Gayla. Let's see, I'm just not seeing this gold foil look anywhere near what it looks like. What I'm trying to do. Occasionally you see a little pokey through of the. I'm having a little trouble with the focus here tonight. Come on, it's in and out. Work with me, camera. You know, it's not wowing me. What do I want to do? I'm tapping because I'm thinking. That's how I think. That's how I think. Wow. Those are those two that I sampled, or did samples of earlier from Hydrocolor. Look at that craziness. I'm trying to figure out tonight, neither one of those would work in here. Tapping and thinking, tapping and thinking. Put another layer of gold over it. Oh, of the foil CB. You think? I think you have it too speckled. You mean the foil? It breaks apart. I mean, as soon as you touch it, that's what it does. The pieces are too spread out in fine dots. Well, let me try to make them a little hunkier. But when you try to glue them down with that, the watercolor medium, it just obliterates them as soon as you touch them. We'll try it. We'll give it another go. What's the worst can happen? Don't answer that. All right, so I'm guessing somewhere in just in here in the darker area. We'll try a little hunkaroo, see what happens. So, Shauna, do you put, I know you said you're using the same thing. I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly. Do you mean you use the watercolor ground as a glue and then put it down and lay that on top of it? Then do you brush another layer on top to seal it? That's where it obliterates. As soon as you do that. I'm going to give it a second and let her come back to me there. Pieces are too spread out in fine dots. I use watercolor ground, but I used a stencil brush to pat it down and not a layer over top. Hey, Gilly. Not a layer over top. You just let it adhere from underneath. Is that what you're saying? So that's fine. I have stencil brushes. I actually just had my hands on them tonight, moving them. You shouldn't need a layer on top once the bottom is dry. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, here goes nothing. Let's just slap some of this. It's pretty dry. Where do I want to put it? Where do I want to put it? Where do I want to put it? I don't know. Let's put a hunk right in here. And maybe one up in here. And let's just, how am I going to do this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, like Oakley would say. And how do you get all, you just let it dry and then brush all those little wispy bits that are sticking up on there off? Let's show. They're sticking up. You can't really see them. Hey, Dot. Oh, I forgot about this little doodad up there. I didn't cover. Hang on. Not looking at the moment. Put another little bit down there. I mean, that kind of breaks it up. Wait for it to dry, then you can wash the non-stuck parts off. Definitely shinier, of course. Oh, I have another manicure going here. Should I heat gun it? Muhammad Ali from Germany. Welcome. Oh, Chris Knudsen, hang on. I do illumination work. I use gold adhesive. No second coat. Yeah, it's so delicate. It's definitely, there's a knack to it. And it's quite obvious I do not have that knack yet. I'll get it eventually. Let me go with a heat gun and see if I can get that. You guys see that blowing around? How much of that is loose? Yeah, I don't want it to just air dry while I'm live. It might, Eileen, and that's what it looks like it did, but that's what Stephanie does when she does it. She puts a layer on top. It's like a mystery. Hey, Dad. It's a mystery. Let's work around that for now and see what happens. And Shauna or Chris, if you haven't, it takes to use to what do you use to transfer the gold to the paper? My digits, which is why I have gold all in my fingernails. I did pick it up with the brush earlier. It's, well, you know, I don't have to tell you how thin this stuff is, but it's just, it's really difficult to handle. And I'm not like a little ballerina person. I'm a little more bull in a china shop kind of gal. Well, it's not like, and Eileen, it's not like it's going to go in some museum somewhere, right? It's just going to be here in my basement. But I want to do it the right way if I can. Rub the brush on your hair before. This is the gold leaf that I was using, Chris. Is that a joke? Really rub the oh. Okay. That was a joke. Very clever. Yeah, I'm just going to let that lay there for a little while, I think. And maybe take a really soft, this is a softer brush. Static clean from hair will keep it from falling. Oh, you mean use a static in your hair to pick up the, oh. Yeah, I will get some of that in there, Z, for sure. Definitely shinier. I don't know why my focus is doing that. It's driving me nuts. There, it's holding.